It's the HoopWise Podcast from New England Basketball Journal, a comprehensive look at the basketball landscape in New England, tracking prospects, recruiting, college, and more, with your hosts, Steve Hewitt and Ethan Fuller.
What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of the HoopWise Podcast, part of New England Basketball Journal. Ethan Fuller back with Steve Hewitt. Steve Hewitt repping the brand today, like the burnt orange hat.
The burnt orange. I get a lot of compliments when I'm at these open gyms, so I gotta show it off on the.
Oh yeah, we try to be recognizable. We're confident out there. This is a pretty relaxed episode. We've had a lot of guests on recently, so we want to finally do
just us this week.
Yeah, a little catch up. A lot has happened. Especially this is going to be a heavily recruiting and commitment central space episode. I didn't say that super great, but we're going to talk about players who have recently committed over the last couple of weeks, a little bit bigger picture look at where people have gone and chosen for colleges so far, top uncommitted players that we're really excited to watch. I know for me on the girls' side, my commitments database is over 55 players at this point. I think 20 are going Division I. Steve,
I'm jealous.
It's been a little, but you're picking up.
Starting to pick up the last couple of weeks finally.
Yeah, your last few weeks on the boys' side have been pretty hectic, so we're going to just kind of spitball a lot of our thoughts on where players have gone. This is, for both of us, a 2026 class we've been really excited about, just with the depth of good talent. And so, we're just going to kind of go through it. But first, Steve, talk about just what's the schedule been like on the boys' side? Are you noticing things change? How's it been going?
Well, it's been good. Before we get into commitments, I gotta dance on your grave a little bit.
My intro was long on purpose.
We're recording on a Tuesday, right after I demolished Ethan in fantasy football.
It was bad. Well, I had CeeDee Lamb. He had no points because he got hurt. It was Although I wouldn't have put up one. What'd you put up? 162.
He wasn't making up 57 points. Is what I beat Ethan by 162-105 final. Yeah. So I just had to dance on your grave.
Yeah, Steve improved to 1-2. I'm 2-1. So.
All right, it's still early. It's still early.
But yeah, that was a good win. Tough week for my guys.
But back to staying on topic here. But no, commitments are finally picking up. I was kind of just biding my time while you filled up your commitment database back in August. But September has been really, really busy. We've seen some high-profile names, a lot of names off my watch list, 2026 watch list: Ryan Moesch to Siena, Quinn Costello to Michigan, Adama Tambado to Maryland. Who else? Who am I missing?
Let's see. I'll look at your notes you gave me.
Chick-fil-A to UMass, my alma mater.
Oh, yeah?
So we're going to get into that and some thoughts I have with those players in particular. But finally picking up. It feels like almost every day now there's been a commitment on the boys' side, so that's good. The commitment database is filling up. I have 25 now.
Yeah.
So September, October, we'll be pretty busy with that. Before the season starts, I think a lot of these kids want to get that decision done before the season begins. Don't want to have to worry about that while they're playing from November, December to March. Obviously, we'll see a bunch trickle in after the season and maybe during the season in some cases, but I think kids tend to want to get it done early rather than late, especially in this landscape. Just get into a school however way you can, even if maybe you think you're a level bit better than where you're going. Just to get a Division I scholarship in today's age is an accomplishment, and just get in the door.
It's been, we've discussed this a lot. You've written about it in a feature story for one of our past magazines. The transfer portal changes a lot on the recruiting side, and it makes it harder than ever to lock down a spot. So when you do, it's an even bigger congratulations than previously, I would say. It's cool. And then, this time of year, it's a lot of going on official visits, at-home visits, which I've learned of. They're kind of making a comeback, at-home visits. But
I haven't seen that many on the boys' side.
Yeah. So
not that I know of. Maybe they keep that kind of secret.
Yeah, and maybe less public than it used to be. Maybe. But that's kind of the big time right now, is people are taking official visits and then making decisions off there. I think that's why we'll see a lot in September, October, all the way up to the first kind of official early signing period at the start of November. You're going to kind of start to see this snowball. And so for us, I think both of us, more than half of our watch lists have committed so far, right?
I think so.
And so I think this is a good kind of middle period to reflect on what has happened so far and what we're still excited about. So we're going to kind of, to start, we'll recap the last couple weeks because we've both, as Steve has alluded to, had some big commitments.
Yeah.
I want to start
on the girls' side.
Sorry?
Where do you want to start on the girls' side?
Yeah, sure.
I know we had Jae Scott.
Yeah,
One of my favorites.
Yes, you were there for the legendary Division I championship game performance from Jae Scott, and I think that only further catapulted her through a really awesome spring and summer on the AAU circuit with Bay State Jaguars. She committed to Tulsa, so that is we were both fascinated by that. I'll be interested in learning a little bit more about what went into that decision from Jay's perspective, but all that I know as an outsider is Tulsa offered her very late, I believe right after the final July live period, so they came in kind of late. They made an at-home visit and made a big impression, came all the way obviously from Oklahoma, a school that does not typically win up here on the recruiting trail, but this is a huge win to land Scott, who she was on our watch list. I consider probably a top 8 at the absolute least prospect in New England. Yeah. She's so fun to watch. I think college fit wise, even beyond her kind of doing pretty much everything at the MIAA level and on the AAU circuit, she's going to be an impact defender at the college level with her length and just defensive instincts. You can confirm all of this. Crazy rebounder, especially she doesn't look physically strong, but she's long, great leaping athlete. The timing on her rebounds is unbelievable. So she just has all these innate timing skills that help her in all sorts of facets of the game. She's good driving the basketball. Isn't probably going to be like a lead scorer at the college level, I would imagine, but she can get buckets. She can shoot threes. I think she needs to be a little more consistent as a shooter, but she is a very capable 3-point shot maker. And yeah, she's going to be an impact defender from day one. And then I think a solid like complementary scoring option beyond that. So I think that's a massive win for Tulsa to get a modern player like that.
Yeah. Do you know who else she was like seriously considering?
I don't know who was in the front runner spots. I know the offers she got a bunch of kind of quality mid-major offers and then got up to the Big East tier. I believe Providence offered her very early, and then Seton Hall was also this year. And then I think it was a lot of, I don't want to be totally wrong here, but I believe it was a lot of schools in like the A10 to MAC range. I know Albany offered her at one point. So a lot of like very good mid majors, and then kind of the jump up from there. So, and again, Tulsa is, as we said, like they're not typically up here. So whatever they saw in the July live period runs at the Under Armour Championships clearly made an impression because they went all out to get her. Yeah. Good for them.
And then obviously NIL is a factor now. So we don't know what the number was there, but I'm sure that played some kind of factor.
Yeah. I don't have any kind of
course
reporting to say on what it is, but like
but that kind of evens the playing field for some of these mid to lows.
Yes. That's something I'm increasingly intrigued by, is how this impacts mid-majors with the revenue sharing and everything. But yeah, I don't have any facts, but I'm sure like if you're ignoring NIL, you're ignoring a massive piece of the puzzle at this point. So I'll be interested. But yeah, Jae Scott was a big win. I would say kind of similar on the boys' side as far as massive win for a mid-major would be Ryan Moesch going to Siena.
I would say so, yeah.
Choosing Siena over Providence. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think a lot of maybe outsiders will see that and be like, wow, Siena over Providence, like, why would he do that? But there are a lot of, like, I would say just things that it just makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways to go to Siena. I think Moesch is just a very unique prospect in a lot of ways. Like, he's an elite point guard. Obviously, he's ranked on some sites, and we saw what he did at Cushing and with the Magic this summer. Just an elite point guard with high IQ. I don't think you'll find a better passer in the country. But I do, obviously the Providence offer came in June or July. So it was a little late, but that was his first and only high major offer. I think that was sort of the question that everyone had. Like, he had 20 plus offers. They were all kind of mid to low major offers. And I think high major schools were, I don't know, probably scared off with his physical metrics. He's 5'11", maybe pushing 6 foot, 160 pounds ish. Obviously, he's getting bigger and stronger. He's still young. He's not done. I don't think he's done growing build wise. But I think that size just kind of scares some schools off. Probably, it's kind of the worst kept secret, but. I think Siena offered him an opportunity he couldn't really pass up. I think Jerry McNamara, the head coach there, they developed a really strong relationship. Obviously, Jerry McNamara is a Syracuse legend, and that's where Ryan Moesch is from. Obviously, Ryan was not alive for Jerry's career at Syracuse, but he
feels the legacy.
Yeah, he's well known in that area, and I'm sure Ryan has learned a lot about him and his career as he's gotten older. And there was an early connection there, both point guards from that area. Well, Jerry's from Scranton, but you get the picture. He's a Syracuse guy. And he made a ton of visits. I think they even had a golf outing this summer. And Jerry, I'm told, was very aggressive in kind of sustaining and building that relationship. Went to a bunch of Cushing Open gyms early in September to kind of seal the deal. Just really kind of going all out to try and get him. And the expectation, I think, is that he's going to be kind of a day one, if not starter, immediate contributor for Siena. And I don't think he would have had the same opportunity at Providence in the Big East. I think if you're thinking about it from a realistic point of view, as a freshman guard in the Big East, with obviously I think the world of Ryan's abilities, but physically it maybe won't have the same kind of role he would get at Siena. At Providence, I think he would probably be bare. I don't have any sort of intel on this, but my guess is that he would probably be a backup option. He would have to fight for minutes.
The path of playing time is harder, especially when you're small. Yeah.
So I think it just makes a lot of sense. Go to Siena, cook for a year or two, get some college experience, especially in this age of the transfer portal. You can always go to Providence or another high major if that opportunity comes up in a year or two. If you're good enough at the mid-major level, we've seen it a million cases over the last 3-4 years where kids are being plucked from mid and low majors who are freshman of the year in their conference or player of the year as a sophomore or whatever. They get, who was the Florida guard this year? That
oh my gosh, yeah, and he ended up
the
going
national
to the
championship. But it just case upon case of that happening, and I think Ryan has that opportunity at Siena. He'll start probably from day one. I would assume. I think he's going to get the kind of the keys to the program, and if he wants that opportunity to go to the high major level in 1 or 2 years, develop your body more, mature your game, your body, and be more ready to be an impactful player at the Big East or ACC level or wherever his path takes him. I think that's the wise kind of path for a kid like Ryan to take at this stage. And NIL, again, we talked about it with Jae Scott. I think that probably plays small. I don't think it was like a big piece of the pie, but I was told he was getting a similar offer, Siena, Providence, similar dollars. I'm not at liberty to give the numbers, but it's similar in this revenue sharing world. The Sienas of the world can kind of compete with Providences and the high major schools for NIL dollars. So, so all that put together, I think it makes sense for Ryan to go to Siena, and I think he'll immediately be one of the best kind of mid-major guards, freshman guards in Division I. So. I'm excited for him.
Yeah,
that'll be a good spot with Jerry, and he trusts the vision he has there. Yeah. So that'll be a fun fit, I think.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. And you've alluded to this, and I don't know, maybe we'll talk about this more later in the episode. But one of these storylines I am most intrigued by, and I think I've talked with a few coaches, and I want to see if this is worth writing about or if it's still kind of being unpacked by everyone, is how much revenue sharing affects low majors and their ability to recruit. Because we're seeing low majors get some wins, like Siena is a great example.
Yeah.
We each have had a boy and a girl reclass and go up to Bryant. And I believe revenue sharing is a big part of that.
Yep.
And so
these non-football schools.
Yeah.
Well, Bryant has football, but
FCS or like non-football, and depending on where you want to put the revenue sharing money, it can really change a lot. I am still learning about how much it can change. And that is, I got to work my sources a little bit and get on the grind with this story. Maybe you'll see some more at some point, but definitely at the very least, everyone should be kind of thinking about that when they see some of these decisions being made, is that there's a lot that's changing with revenue sharing getting involved that didn't exist before.
It's not so much black and white anymore with like, I think maybe 10 years ago, Ryan picks Providence and kind of, obviously there's no sit out year anymore. Who knows? Everything's kind of changed in that decade, in the decade since. So, I think 10 years ago, it probably makes more sense to go to a Providence and kind of just bide your time there, develop with the same coaching staff. And obviously NAL wasn't really a thing. Well, it wasn't a thing back then. So, just so much has changed in the landscape that you'll see more and more of these low major, mid majors beating like a Providence or another high major. I think like Providence kind of gets the short end of the stick here because they were the only high major to offer him, and then obviously all the headlines say Siena over Providence, but at the end of the day, they still went after him and built that relationship. I think maybe in 2 years that could prove to be fruitful for them to create that relationship early. And they had him on the official visit a few weeks ago, and if and when Ryan decides to go that route, Providence will probably be on a short list of teams that he'd be interested in going to.
So. There's a lot more of a long game that can be at play than just the initial commitment, especially as you mentioned with the there's no more 1 year sit out, there's no more like one time free transfer. You can do it whenever you need to. And again, like me personally, I'm all for some mid-major buying power here. Like, I think it's good for parity. Even if it doesn't lead to like full 4-year careers.
In some cases, I think it might. Because kids will just like the fit, and they'll fall in love with the school and the coaching staff or what have you. Be the star of a small fish in a way. And they're still making a lot of money too. So, I think there'll be cases of kids going the 4-year route. No. So Moesch, I feel like he was the biggest storyline of the recent commits. He was far from the only talent, like star talent commit. You want to rifle through some of the other big ones from the last couple of weeks? I'll start with Chuck Sella going to UMass. I think maybe that flew a little under the radar. Sella's not maybe a more popular name in the region.
We've really liked him though.
But I've loved him. Was it 6'10", 6'11", big man. We had our coaches survey this summer. I don't want to reveal too much of the survey. I want people to subscribe and read the story, but he was very well liked in that survey when we asked coaches who they thought were the best big men in New England. Obviously, he had a monster first season last year at Bridgeton. He averaged a double-double, kind of carried that over to this summer with Club New England. I think he averaged another double-double with them on the New Balance circuit. And the New Balance circuit is actually pretty good. It doesn't get the pub that Adidas, Nike, Under Armour get, but they had some ranked guys, and their coach Doug Alves was telling me about how went up against some top 100 big men on the New Balance circuit and kind of held his own and kind of beat them in some games. So again, 10 years ago, I think Czech is going high major. He has that ability, elite footwork, physicality, touch around the rim protector. The knapsack showcases, I've mentioned this a few times. I saw him make a few like full court passes.
Okay.
Like he's like a sneaky good passer, emerging shooter. I don't think that's a strength as of now, but he does so many different things well, and he has the size and the athleticism, physicality that you'd usually see at a high major level. I love the fit at UMass, not only because it's my alma mater. I think he's going to step in and be probably a starter day one.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I'm hearing about how much Frank loves him.
Okay.
Frank, I heard Frank would obviously he was a head coach of South Carolina and Kansas State before he went to UMass, and I was told that Czech is the kind of player he would take even at those schools. He's just that good. So I think there's a lot to like about Czech at UMass. And again, we'll see. Maybe he cooks there for 1 year. They're in the MAC now. Maybe there's bigger fish to fry at a high major conference after a year or two of playing well there. I think he'll come in and immediately be like a freshman of the year candidate in that conference. And we'll see kind of what the future holds for him. But I'm really excited about him, and another season at Bridgeton too. We'll see what he can do this year up there. Who else do we want to run through? Quinn Costello.
Obviously a big one. Yeah.
Another big one. We've talked. I don't need to get too much into Quinn. We've talked a lot about him, and he's arguably the biggest stock riser in the country.
Yep.
Top 50 recruit now, pretty much everywhere. He had Michigan State, Minnesota, Purdue. I'm leaving a few. I mean, he had 25 high major offers to choose from. The Michigan one came 2 days after he visited, so
obviously impressed.
Clearly he loved the visit with Dusty May, the head coach at Michigan, and the staff, and what they were selling for him.
Yep.
But really, just a really good story about growth and kind of staying patient, and because Quinn in and out of the starting lineup last year at Newman, outside national rankings. Obviously, he had the prototype that intrigued a lot of colleges with 6'10" shooter. Took another step with his physicality and kind of enhancing some of his other skills this spring and summer with the Magic. I think he'd fit pretty much any college system. I don't know exactly what Dusty May's plans for him are at Michigan, but I think he'd be a great fit at Michigan State. He'd be a great fit at Purdue. He'd be a great fit at Minnesota, just with his skill set. It's just so unique, and every college coach will salivate over a 6'10" shooter with his skill set. So I'm excited about Quinn. Another big year at Newman. I wrote you can find basketballjournal.com. I had a big Newman preview.
Yeah, team previews. We're rolling them out now.
We're rolling them out. They're looking for another big step from Quinn leadership-wise. It's be his third year with the program. So Jackson Johnson, the head coach, thinks there might be a little bit of a target on Quinn's back, just with the huge spring and summer he had, all the headlines he grabbed this summer. Like, kids might go after him a little bit more, just knowing who he is now, and it'll be exciting to see Quinn kind of take on that challenge. So a few other commits I really liked. Jalen Williams Crawford to Towson. I've written about him before, one of the best defenders in New England. I think that's another good fit. Mid to, I don't know, it's Towson low major.
Yeah, I kind of just lump them all into mid majors. I don't know where the drawing line is there.
Yeah, so I think he can make a great impact there as a defender. He had a big summer with Expressions. I think he's an efficient scorer. He's not like the most dynamic offensive player in the world. I think his strength is definitely on defense, but he's efficient on offense. You've seen him. Like he can play a little bit.
Yeah.
Jackson Terry to Loyola Chicago. We've talked about him a lot. I like that. Two-way player. Obviously, a little bit injured in the last 6 to 7 months. I know he missed the end of last year with Cats, which is unfortunate in the championship. I think they could have used him in that championship game against Worcester. But when he got back healthy with Expressions this summer, had a really strong summer. Was a big part of their run in Peach Jam. I think that might be a little bit of a steal for Loyola Chicago, especially as he gets healthier. He's a really good shooter, great defender. He's got size, kind of a 6'6" guard. He had that Providence offer last summer, so he has kind of high major potential, I think. When he's at his best, I think he's one of the best players in New England. I'm as big as Jackson Terry fan as anybody. So
yeah, you've been day one, or at least since day one since we were around. Yeah.
So I'm rooting for him at Loyola Chicago. Who else? I mean, again, I've only had like 25, 26 commitments, but I think I mentioned Adama Tambado to Maryland.
That's a big one.
He's a really intriguing player. 6'8" forward, physical, athletic. Like, oh my God, his motor is insane. If you go watch him play doesn't quit on plays, defensively, shot blocker, will run you down in transition, will grab a defensive rebound and take it coast to coast and then just like yam it on you. Like I was talking to his coach at Putnam, Tom Espinoza. He's never seen a player with his motor. So he really played himself into high major status this spring and summer with Rhode Island Elite. He's got all the physical tools, and he's kind of playing more under control, and he's got two-way capabilities. Like, I think he'll be a great impact player. Yeah, I love what Marist did. Got to Brandon Arnold, Dwayne Chesk, nice little New England backcourt. Brandon Arnold from Kimball Union, Dwayne Chesk from St. George's. I love both of those players. So I'll go through my my database. Jaw Hatchett to Fairfield. I love Jaw Hatchett from Putnam Science.
Okay.
Guard, defensive, crazy defender. Just like steel machine, like just like another insane motor.
Yeah. I saw too, Merrick Smith. I got a shout out Patriot League. Let's go.
Yeah.
Merrick Smith to American.
Yeah. He had a good summer. I saw him at the NEPSAC showcase with the Kimball Union. 6'10", shot blocker, and a good post player, has good footwork, can shoot a little bit. I think he'll be a nice impact player in the Patriot League. So, yeah, those are the kind of the main guys. I want to shout out Siena again. They also had Parrish Edmond from Putnam Science. So nice little New England recruiting class for Jerry McNamara at Siena. I think Parrish Edmond might be one of the most athletic prospects, not only in New England, but maybe the rest of the country. You should go watch him play if you can. Dunk highlight machine, but emerging shooter too, can get after defensively. I like him. I'm imagining the lobs from Moesch to Parrish at Siena. That'll be fun. So good on Siena for picking up two of the gems of New England's 26th class.
Yeah, definitely.
So, yeah.
Quick pause. Oh yeah, Dave, can you grab the logo? Thank you. Sweet. And then so on the girls' side, I'll try and keep it quick. Within the last couple of weeks, we had Lauren Busquette, who plays for Moses Brown in Rhode Island. She's by far Rhode Island's best player right now, it's really cool to see how much she dominates down there. And she was part of the Mass Huskies AAU team. That was probably one of their better teams in recent years. They were awesome on the EYCL circuit. We talked about that in the AAU recap episode. Right. She committed to Marist too, so Marist getting involved here. She's a just like power driver, wing, great shooter. I think I underappreciated how polished she is with her footwork, scoring, her consistency shooting. She's much more than the body type of a strong wing than I initially expected. So she was really been fun to watch, and I think Mary's got a good get in her. She was looking at like BU, Northeastern, some of those like mid-major levels, and then moving on from her, Morgan Jenkins is probably one of the bigger names. She was a watch list member, commits to Xavier. She had 35, almost 35 Division I offers, at least 30. Again, modern college player, probably a center, can play in two big lineups. She just transferred to Newman, and so she's going to be big for that program there. Yep. But she's really turned from a solid catch and shoot 3-point shooter to like a real stretch big, and obviously a lot of colleges want that. So I really like her. Her footwork again around the basket is super clean, really polished, does a great job. So I'm excited to see Morgan Jenkins in the Big East, and then we'll stay in the Big East for one of the last big ones with Serenity Lancaster, who I think St. John's got an absolute steal. Like, I thought she was a borderline power 4 prospect. She is so awesome. She plays at New Hampton, going to be one of the dynamic duo members with Elise Ngenda at New Hampton this year, who I think they got a real shot at the AAA title. Plays for Connecticut Basketball Club on the AAU circuit, where she, again, dominated in that hoop group league this year. She's just ridiculous with the power that she has around the basket, her ability to block shots. She plays as a center for New Hampton, plays a little bit more on the wing in AAU, where she can handle the ball. She can shoot threes. She'll get to a step back as a center and shoot threes. Great in transition because she can handle the ball and run the floor. So Lancaster's awesome. I thought she was like a very clear top 3 prospect from New England in this class. And I would guess she was pretty close to being nationally ranked. And so She was picking between St. John's, East Carolina, and NC A&T. And so I think any program that got her, that was a huge win. And so I think St. John's did a really, really nice job. So that's kind of the recent roundup for the girls players. Yeah. And then I guess last question on the current commits.
We're looking ahead.
Go
ahead.
Yeah. Run through your top. So you said you have 4 watch list members still going?
I think so.
Okay.
I'd have to double check that.
Who are they / any other uncommitted players that you are very intrigued by?
Yeah. We'll start Lucas Morello, Quinn Costello's teammate at Newman. We've talked a lot about him. AAA Player of the Year. He's one I'm keeping a close eye on. I know Marquette is heavily involved with him. They've been to a few open gyms already in September.
Marquette's been around a lot
Shaka
for
Smart.
multiple reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll continue with that theme for Alex Agbenu, another highly ranked top 100 kid from Lawrence Academy. We're waiting on him. I'm told that he might be later in the fall when he commits, but I think he's coming close. Marquette is heavily in on him. I've told you I'm going to feel bad for Shaka in some ways if he strikes out on Lucas and Alex. I feel like his efforts should be rewarded with at least one of them.
I hope he enjoys traveling around here.
Yeah, I hope he's getting some
here
good.
A lot.
I hope he's getting some good. I hope he has a good Dunkin' order because he's been in Massachusetts a lot. I saw him at Adidas too at Rock Hill for the Adidas Championships. He was courtside from pretty much all of BABC's games for Alex. So I think he's had an in-home visit with Alex too. So they're definitely on the short list. I know Auburn was heavily involved with Alex too, but Bruce Pearl, breaking news just this week, retiring.
Yeah,
so I don't know how much that will impact Alex's recruitment at Auburn. Personally, I've just seen Marquette so much that I just feel like that's the favorite right now. But we don't know. I know he just made an official to BC. Love to see BC get a highly ranked local kid. I don't think it's been
been a while.
A little while. I know Liquiteus from Newman went there. I don't know if he was top 100 or ranked, but obviously a really good player.
Yeah.
But I want to see like a stud from the region that everyone knows go to BC. I think that would be good for New England basketball. So Lucas and Alex are probably the two biggest ones right now. So we're waiting on them. Cam Haley, previously at Worcester Academy, transferred to Western Reserve. Had another big summer with Expressions. No, he had a visit to UMass. One coach in our survey called him the best player in NEPSAC when he was still in NEPSAC.
Okay,
there's a lot of hype with him.
Yeah,
a little small, but his guard instincts and ability to get into the lane and make the right reads and plays at the rim. It's kind of second to none. Arizona State's in on him too, so excited to see where he ends up. Curious about the decision to go to Western Reserve. I don't know too much about that, but maybe he thinks that move could help his recruitment. So I don't know a timetable on him. Maybe he wants to play it out a little more, but we've talked about the risk of kind of waiting too. So curious where he ends up. And there's a fourth that I can't remember off the top of my head from my watch list.
That's all right. That's 3 big names.
Those are 3 big names. Abdu Torre.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. That is a big one.
Yeah, from Notre Dame, West Haven, and BABC. I know he also had a visit recently to Providence. I know UConn's in on him. Kansas is in on him. All the bunch of blue bloods, high majors are in on him.
Is he the most highly touted prospect, or would you put Quinn over him at this point?
I don't know.
You'd still say Torrey?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the rankings, Abdu's higher on most of the rankings board. He's been a name for probably longer than Quinn, and he has the physical and athletic upside that no one else has in the region. No, I mean they're similar. They're on par with each other.
Okay.
But yeah, excited to see where Abdu ends up. I don't really have too much intel on him right now, but
it's crazy to think how stacked this class was 5 months ago when you had Amir Jenkins and Sebastian Wilkinson.
I know,
like that.
And they're and Collins.
Yeah. This class is ridiculous.
couple others. Des Bellett from Cats. I know he just made a visit to Fordham, so he's getting a lot of 8-10 in the mids. Sam Fleming is a name that I'm intrigued with.
Yeah.
He missed a lot. He's missed a lot of time. He missed the entire AU season with an injury. He missed towards the end of I forget what the injury was. I think it was like a lower leg injury, but he's back from what I know with Wilbraham, kind of full go. So he was getting sniffs from high majors before his injury. So I'm curious to see kind of what he looks like post injury and how that looks for his recruitment. But those are the names I'm watching on the boys' side.
Okay, that's good. That's a good group.
Yeah, I know we're at like 16 names on the girls, and you just came out with the top uncommitted story. So
yes, so you're gonna get some free behind the paywall access right now. Yeah, so I had a top 15. I would say I think most of those 15 are still probably D1 prospects. I'll name 5 for you right now. Fope Ayo, obvious one, top college prospect on the girls' side in New England at Austin Prep, ranked number 34 in the country. Her situation, I was just at Austin Prep's open gym on the 18th. I don't know when this episode's dropping, so I'll say the date. The 18th, and Michigan and Florida State were there, putting in the work, trying to recruit her. Miami made a home visit. I was told Stanford and South Carolina are involved. I think she is going to visit them at some point. And so I think that is the top tier of schools after her. But again, she's got a ridiculous amount of offers. 6'5" center. I've written about her plenty of times. You can go behind the paywall and read that part. But Ayo's awesome. Her confidence is at an all-time high. Even just talking to her every couple months, she is like reaching visibly or audibly new levels of confidence and just satisfaction with where she's at in her game. So she's the big one. Another nationally ranked player, I mentioned her a bit earlier, Elise Ngenda, New Hampton again. One of the, I think most people would consider her one of the smartest players currently in New England. She was dead even with Ella Pieper in the coaches survey for best player in New England. She's awesome. She's ranked exactly 100 on the list for ESPN. She's getting pursued by all the academic superpowers that I wish I could get into, like Harvard, Columbia, Princeton, Northwestern, Stanford. Northwestern rejected me when I applied, so I'm still a little salty about that.
Petty.
Their journalism program is great. But she's getting recruited by all of them. She took an official visit to Harvard recently, and she's got a couple more lined up. Again, for both of those, for her and Ayo, if you're nationally ranked, you don't really need to rush. As we talked about earlier, and we've talked about in the past, the timeline is so different now for recruits. Unless you're nationally ranked, you still, you get to take your time and make the decision when you want.
Yeah.
I would guess they come fairly soon / probably around the start of the signing period for those two. And then only other watch list member I have left is Brooke Golden at Tilton. She also goes by Brooke Muller. I think it kind of went under the radar how much her recruiting stock took off. She has more than 20 Division I offers.
Wow.
Yeah. And she, again, big piece of the class AAA champion Tilton team last year. She will be a big piece again. 6'3" center. Fantastic, mobile, leaping athlete who's also really long and a great shot blocker. Just probably for the college game, she just needs to get physically stronger, be a little bit more consistent as a finisher. But I like her game a lot. She's a very good post passer. And she's taking an official visit to Delaware. Northwestern is on tap. That is sometime soon around the time this episode goes out. And then I think a decision's coming pretty close after that. So definitely keep an eye on her because she's great. And again, if there's one thing I've learned, it's that colleges are really looking for size and athleticism at that size. And so she fits that to a T. And then
those outlier traits.
Yeah, exactly. So a couple good mid-major players too, like Sayla Prignano at Wilbraham and Munson. I haven't talked about her a whole lot, but she's got double-digit mid-major offers, a couple Patriot League, CAA, Ivy League situation. Brooke Nunnally Garner at Dexter Southfield. Lee Doranina at Husak. I have personally underrated. I think I have not talked about her enough. She's very good. She's from Russia. She's got a few mid-major schools interested. Going back to the public side, Maddie Provost at Lawrence in Maine. We don't get to Maine a whole lot. We're going to get to Maine a little bit more soon. But sneak peek. She is electric. I watched her on the AAU circuit with Maine Firecrackers, and she's super fun. Again, she's got, I think, 7 or 8 mid-major D1 offers. So that's kind of the situation on the girls' side. Again, it's really all about those 3 watch list members that I mentioned, but there's some good mid-major gems. I've been doing the Under the Radar series. We both have been doing it, and probably 5 to 7 of the top 15 people I have available were also on my underrated series. So there are some gems that some programs are going to get. Yeah. I'm really excited about that.
Got radar under the radar stuff. You can get some.
Yes.
Get some hidden gems.
Yes. Yeah. I hope. I don't know how many college coaches read it. I feel like I'm in a good position to call some people underrated at this point. Yeah. So that's kind of the situation with recruiting right now. And then otherwise we are again slowly shifting to preview time. You're probably seeing us at a little bit more open gyms.
Yeah.
You're seeing the team preview stories start to drop.
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that you are, I mean, you're excited to go to a lot of places. You tell me about your trips, but is there anywhere that you're excited to go pretty soon?
Good question. I've only been to a handful so far. It's tough to just full disclosure, like we're based in Boston and it's just like hard to get to.
Travel matters. It does matter.
It matters. So I got to pick and choose my spots a little bit. I can't get to every single gym, which I, in a perfect world, would love to go to every open gym and have a rocket ship that can take me one place to another and maybe go to 8 in one day or something. St. Thomas More is one I'm excited to get to. I haven't seen some. I saw them briefly at the NEPSAC showcases with a lot of exciting newcomers, including Patrick Otey, Dylan Callahan, Grayson Pierce. They have a really exciting 2027 class that I think they're going to make some noise in AAA. I think Newman is the favorite. I've been to Newman. They have I wrote about it, 13 at least D1 prospects, but I think St. Thomas More will make some noise with them. New Hampton, I'm excited to get to, see what they look like. A lot of fresh faces too. Obviously, Ty Tabalis left, so I'm excited to see Stetson Merritt, who I'm assuming is going to take on some more guard roles for them. Wesley Waddles, who just committed to Maine, I didn't mention him. I like him a lot. Saw him at the NEPSACs. Chad Cook, a returning big man coming back from injury. So a lot to be excited about. New Hampton. Who else off the top of my head? I'm trying to think of it. St. George's, I'm excited to see.
I have a follow-up question related to St. George's that I'll ask you in a second. But no. Keep going. I'll come back to you.
Let's see. Who else am I excited to see? Off the top of my head. Milton Academy. I think they'll be really good. I don't know. You put me on the spot.
No, that's great.
I'm trying to think.
We got a lot.
Yeah.
So that's a good list.
What do you want to know about St. George's? I think you rattled me there. What do you want?
No. Okay. I'll skip. I'll say first. I got a bunch of open gyms lined up too. So I think I'm going to Nobles today as of this recording. So that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
I'll get up to Tilton and New Hampton, of course, because they are going to be awesome. Dexter, I'll get to. I think I'll get down to Tabor at some point. I want to hit most of the AAA schools, and then I got a couple other schools I think in mind. If I have time, I'll get to. So that's my plan. But the question I want to ask you, this is more to put you on the spot. I think the last thing before we get to full court press is we have both been at the New England Recruiting Report underclassmen showcases.
I think I know where you're going.
And you mentioned there's a player on St. George's that we were pretty excited about. I wanted to give us each the chance to talk about this because these both. One, people seemed very interested in these stories, and it's a good chance to look at the next wave, and we don't get to talk about the next wave too much. This is a roundabout way of me saying how good is Chance Finlayson. Is it Finlayson? Am I saying that right?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's Finlayson.
Yeah. Tell me about that showcase, and tell me about Chance, please.
Oh, man. Where do I start? I was the first time I saw him was actually at the NEPSAC showcases this summer at Babson.
Okay.
I was it was the first game I walked into the main Babson gym. It was the first game. I think it was St. George's against, maybe St. Andrews. I can't remember. But I'm like, who is this kid? I was like, I don't know if I've seen this kid. He's 6'6". He's got great touch. I'm like, he must be a junior or senior, right? He's just physically mature, has a good feel for the game. You don't really see young players like that. And then I open up the packet and I see Chance from this. I'm matching up the number because I don't know everyone's name. And I'm matching up the number to the name, and it says Chance Finlayson and class of 2029. I'm like, oh, is that a typo? Man. And then I asked Dwayne Pena, the St. George's coach, after about him, and he's like, yeah, this kid's going to be good, right? I was like, he's a freshman? I think he's a reclass 29. I think he was originally 28. But just and you saw it at the NERR showcase, which he dominated. the combination of size, and skill, athleticism, the way he can maneuver to the basket. It's like
I don't think he missed a layup. I watched both
finishing
games, so I was
ability.
taking
Yeah,
photos. And like crazy angles on some of these.
yeah. Rim protector. He can get up there. He's just got like all the traits. Like some coaches have. I don't want to put pressure on the kid, but some coaches are saying, like, "Oh, he might be like an NBA level prospect at some point." And that's obviously a dangerous projection to make it when the kid's a freshman in high school. But you can see it. I think you can see it. I think Dwayne Pena, the St. George's coach, said he's not done growing. Maybe another 2 or 3 inches. Maybe get up to like 6'8", 6'9", and be like a Debanta type of.
That would be
type of body.
He's like really strong, right? He's not like a skinny kid. He's jacked.
Yeah, like I said, physically mature. Like he's gonna be, regardless of class, one of the best players in NEPSAC this year. I'd have to imagine.
Wow.
Right.
Okay.
Like just know who's gonna defend it, who's gonna guard him, and he's playing in Double A, and obviously there's a lot of good talent in Double A. Maybe it'd be different if he was in Triple A with bigger players up there. But I think we're going to see some eye popping maybe stat lines this year from St. George's with Chance.
Okay,
we'll see.
Yeah, follow Chance, please.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about him.
Yeah. Anyone else, like, you don't need to rifle through all the names that were on your list, but like any real eye poppers from that showcase that you'd want to say are like up next?
Oh, Eden McGrath.
Okay.
Another 29.
Good one.
From Thayer. I don't want to give away the entire article.
Yeah. Even just like, even 1 or 2 is good. Like Aiden's a great one.
Yeah. Who else did I have? Do you remember?
I know. I don't think.
I
don't think Derek Swartz was on your standouts list, but I know he.
I think he was like maybe like a quick shot at the end.
He was one of the highest profile names there. Let me go. I'll pull it up while we do this. I'll talk about my girls one too, because I was just there on Friday and I was really impressed by the. Hold on, I'm looking for the. Okay, I found it. So at the girls one, I was really impressed. Again, first time NER has done this. They've slowly been dipping into the girl space a little bit more.
Yeah, I love it.
And it was like really solid. It wasn't, they didn't get the top, like the Ella Peepers, the Avery Bolins, the like elite tier of these underclassmen, but it was really good. Like there were, I think 2 or 3 people on my 28 watch list at this showcase. And then the 29 was really good. And then only a couple 2030s and 2031s, which are making me feel really old. But
get used to it.
Yeah, a couple of them made my standouts. There's a lot of really good talent coming up on the girls' side. Very quickly, I will mention Ella Reyes at Westerly was on my 28 watch list, and that was kind of a dart throw where I was like, I'd seen her play, but I was picking between people, and I was like, okay, she had the hot AAU season, so I'll put her on there and see if she can back it up, and she backed it up at this showcase. Really like her. She's a ridiculous shooter who can do a little bit more off the dribble than I expected. And then like a ton of names that I had never even heard of before. Like I didn't know that Jackson Terry had a younger sister named Avery at Acton Boxborough, and I didn't know that she's very good in the 2029 class. I'd heard a little bit about Lily White at Dracut, and she backed it up. She's really solid. The shooting all around the court was ridiculous. The breakout name for me was Faith Booth, who's in the 28 class at Colby Cathedral in Bridgeport, Connecticut. She was awesome, and there's very little about her online, and so that is one thing I do kind of like about this is that like these are in a lot of ways like the first kind of public spotlight on some of these kids. Yeah. So she earned it. She was so good. So definitely go read about her. But then, sorry, I pulled up your article. Adriel Cantave, he's a good one.
Yeah. He's a name that a lot of people know about. Another St. George's has some fun young talent.
Yeah, I got to see his poster dunk while I was doing the photos for that, and it was legit.
If you subscribe to basketballjournal.com, you can see that photo.
Yes, that was one of my. I'm hit or miss on some of these photos sometimes, but that was a good one. I was psyched about.
Yeah, but he's gotten a lot better. He's getting bigger, and he's definitely getting some sniffs at the high D1 level.
Yeah,
athletic kid. He's starting to shoot it more. He's got a nice lefty stroke.
Mm-hmm.
Great passer. He can play as a lead guard. He can play off ball, I think.
Yep.
He's versatile. I saw him get a bunch of steals too. So I like him. I don't think he's I think a lot of these kids that have like big followings, maybe there's a perception that they're just hype, but I don't think there's any false hype with Adriel. I think he's the real deal.
All right. That's a good one. Okay.
But yeah, a lot of exciting talent in New England.
Yeah.
And we're going to slowly continue to kind of dip into those freshman, sophomore waters and kind of figure out who the next wave is.
Yeah. So this has been a productive couple months for us. Like,
yeah,
there's no AAU, no school ball, but we have some of these showcases. Open gym has been great. So we got stuff going on. I think that wraps it up for the content portion. Now we get the entertainment portion with Full Court Press. Take it away, producer Dave.
Full Court Press.
Yes, welcome back to Full Court Press. Well, as you heard the kids here talking about at the outset of the show, apparently Steve is kicking Ethan's butt in fantasy football this week. Ethan, I am going to give you a chance to redeem yourself with a kind of rapid-fire game of basketball, more specifically NBA trivia.
Are we doing trivia?
We're doing trivia.
Let's
We
go.
usually
Okay.
don't. We usually don't.
I dominated trivia last time too.
Steve's
That's
up 1-0.
true.
Steve's up
That's
1-0
true.
on me. This is big.
All right. 5 questions for each of you.
Okay.
No stealing or anything like that. No buzzing in. We'll just go back and forth.
Okay.
And we'll make Steve go first since he's the reigning champion. Which NBA player was famously nicknamed the Worm?
Oh my gosh.
Oh wow. Do you know this?
No, I don't know.
The Worm.
Can we get an era?
Well, let's see. I can give you multiple choice, but I think
Worm?
it's going to be too. Do you want to do all
Okay.
these multiple choice? It's going to make
No.
the whole thing a lot easier.
No. I don't
Okay.
think we need it. but-
Era is 80s and into the 90s.
Okay. Gosh, I have no idea.
I
How
can't
about
even come
if
up
we
with a
can't
guess.
get it, that's a house win for you.
That's right.
I can't even come up with a name.
I thought this was Steve's question.
Can we
Was
get
this
a
Steve's
team?
question?
Would a team give it away?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We're both. Yeah. That's a slow.
We deserve that one.
House win.
Pistons.
Pistons.
His and Bulls.
Joe Dumars?
A lot of rebounds. The answer we were looking for is Dennis Rodman.
What?
Okay.
Really?
Worm.
Yes.
I did not know he
The
was.
Worm. Oh yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Not an obscure one either.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Now I feel dumb.
No,
Yeah.
don't feel dumb. Generational
We got
thing.
4 questions.
Gener-
Okay.
All right.
Okay, Ethan.
Yeah.
What NBA player once claimed that he killed a lion with a spear and a shield in his native country?
Oh my gosh, it's I don't want to get this wrong and be like inappropriate. It's gonna be it's not Hakeem. I don't think. I'm trying not to.
It's
look
not
at-
Hakeem.
I'm not trying to judge for reaction. It's a Manute Bowl.
It is, in fact, Manute Bol. Well done, Ethan.
Okay.
All right.
I like the sound effect.
Okay. Question number 2. Back to you, Steve. Shaquille O'Neal once cut a rap album under what stage name?
Man, I'm blanking on
It's
these.
one of his nicknames that he's... And it's not Shaquille the real deal O'Neal.
I'm blanking.
Okay.
I don't know.
Go
If
to
I know,
Ethan.
I don't know if I know this either.
You don't know it
What?
either?
Yeah, I don't think so. Now I want to listen though.
Shaq Diesel. Shaq
Oh,
Diesel. Yeah.
He
Heard him come?
he DJs now. He was at a concert recently that one of my friends was at.
Is that right?
that's crazy.
Yeah, I think it was in Worcester.
What?
Yeah.
He sang on a song by, I want to say it was Foochnickens was a rap group.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't that bad. Wasn't that good either. Ethan, in 2004, the infamous Malice at the Palace Brawl involved which 2 teams?
Oh, the Pistons and Pacers. Let's go.
That is correct.
The easy
Yes.
question.
I didn't know that was going to be so easy. Questions were chosen at random. All right,
No,
back
that
to,
was good. That was
back to
good.
you, Steve. It's not over yet.
Give me an easy one.
Which NBA legend's real name is Ferdinand Louis Alcindor Jr.?
Oh, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay.
That is absolutely right. I got to
Nice.
get back to
All right.
I didn't know
Steve's-
Ferdinand was first. That was
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I didn't either.
That would have been a good trivia.
All right. Which we're up to Ethan. Which player famously stepped over Tyronn Lue after hitting a clutch shot in the 2001 NBA Finals?
AI, baby. I've been waiting for people interested in my winter coverage. I have some AIs that I've been waiting to break out for my game day fit. I'm stepping up my game day fit this year.
Are they the ones that just came? Didn't he just bring them back? Is that-
I
or these are like actual like vintage?
No, I bought them recently. They're not like
Okay.
old.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should get a pair too. I used to
All
wear
right.
those.
Steve, this
All
might get you back in the game here. Which player brought a gun to the locker room, leading to a major suspension in 2009?
Gilbert Arenas.
I still need to watch that. I gotta watch that Netflix
Yes,
doc.
very good.
I just watched that recently.
Was it
I think
good?
we talked about it. Yeah,
good.
Very good.
Ethan, which player earned the nickname White Chocolate?
Jason Williams.
Wow, very good.
Let's go.
Yeah, I knew that one too.
That was a history one for me.
Back to you, Steve. Who is the tallest player ever to play in the NBA?
Is it Manu Bol?
It is
Can
not.
I chance to tie with Georgie Murasan?
Murazan is correct.
Let's go.
What was
Ethan,
the height?
7'7".
Yes.
I think Manu was 7'6" or thereabouts. And just to play out the string here.
So Ethan already won. Ethan already won.
Yep, come on. Spoiler alert.
think
Come
I
on.
claimed.
Some people are following really closely at home. What was Spud Webb's height when he won the 1986 Slam Dunk
This
Contest?
means everything to me. It's either 5'6" or 5'7". I'm gonna go with 5'7".
Oh, so close. 5'6".
Dang it. Okay.
Well, in a way,
I
you're
said 5'6".
in a
Yes. That is a consolation.
in a
point.
way you're both winners, but in a more accurate way, Ethan was the winner.
All right.
Congratulations, Ethan.
He was due.
Steve, you'll be back.
Did we do better or worse than you expected?
The start was a little questionable.
One of you did better than
Me?
so. No, I mean,
If you're calling me young, then I appreciate it. Okay.
yeah, no, you're the one that. Well, you won. I mean, take your victory lap.
Yeah.
You know, I thought you would have known the worm.
Yeah,
I feel like we should
And
have.
I
mad at
guess
myself.
Shaq Diesel, I thought you might have known, but whatever. Not too bad, given that these were all
my brain's
pretty
foggy
much
today.
most of them were from the hoop that I grew up with. So I didn't expect you to know everything. But again, we learned some today.
That
So
was
well
a,
done.
That was a
good.
good challenge level. Thank you, producer Dave.
You got it.
All right, yeah, let's wrap it up. So good little catch up with
Yeah.
Steve. We'll see you at more open gyms pretty soon, and we got some guests down the pipeline that we are going to bring up pretty soon.
Season preview mag in the works.
Oh yeah, it's
getting
that
ready.
It
It's
is
that time
that
of year,
time of
man.
year. So yeah, for Steve, for producer Dave, I'm Ethan Fuller. We'll see you soon.